I don't want to be the kind of girl that like thinks all men are bad, because I don't think that's true. But weird guys hang out at the mall.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. That's guy 101. You know a couple of people who are very promiscuous.
Bruh.
They're a little bit older than me, but they're very active.
What does that even mean? Oh my God, man. This is one of the most exciting things I have ever done, was to interview you, dude.
Yay.
Okay, because you know how much I enjoy being with you, hanging out with you.
Thanks.
If people even knew. How much time do you think we spend together?
Like per day, or like an accumulation?
Well, let's go in a week. In a 1 week
In a
period.
week?
What do you think? 7 days in a week. How many hours a day?
Probably like 24 hours.
So that would be 3.5 hours a day.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
We spend more than that watching TV each night.
How do you find so much time to spend that much time with me?
I think the real question is, how do
one.
you spend that much time with me?
Oh, well, because you're a priority for me.
Oh, yay, thanks. Well, you're a priority for me too.
You're a cool person, and I'm super excited to be with you. And this is I don't even know how many podcasts or interviews I've done, but I can tell you there is none, other than maybe your sister,
Of course.
that I've been more excited about doing than you.
Well, I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so your full name,
Like my middle name too?
Scarlett Grace Cardone.
Yes. And how do you spell my name? Is it with 1 T or 2?
2 T's.
He forgot the other day, so I have to like constantly make sure.
And how old are you, young lady?
I'm 12 years old, but it's very important that the audience knows that I turned 13 in like 3 months and like 14 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens then?
Well, then I'm a teenager, and then it's just going to be so much cooler because I can be like, I'm 13 years old. Like, I'm not 12. I'm 13.
But dude, you're already pretty cool. I mean, let's keep it real.
I agree with that. Not to be cocky.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, because I got a lot of questions for you. And the
Of
audience
course.
has been sending me questions and asking, what's the difference between you and Sabrina, and this and that and that and this, and how do you raise them and homeschool them? And I want to talk about all that stuff.
Okay.
But first, I have on my list of many questions, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And I had those 2 pages that I made yesterday that I lost.
What? We made those together.
Tony, it was Tony, dude.
Tony.
Okay. First of all, what's it like being Scarlett Grace Cardone?
It's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
enjoy being Scarlett Grace Cardone. You know, I live a very privileged lifestyle.
Oh.
I think I have more than most kids do, and I can do more with that, so it's great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you that you're privileged?
You know, I have... Why are you laughing at me?
Well, I'm like, wow, she came out with the big piece. She
Well,
dropped the
I'm
P.
not like oblivious.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have a house. I have a very nice house. I have a very nice family. I
Yeah.
have some pets that are also very nice. I have food. I have clothes all the time. More than I need,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't feel like that. I have just all the stuff. I have good friends sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to talk about the friends today. And so tell me about you have a nice house. You have pets. Well, tell me about your pets.
My pets are my like life purpose. I have 2 cats, which came first. One of them is really fat, so we need to work on that. He's obese.
And what's his
then
name?
His name is Cash.
Okay.
And then the other one is like low-key anorexic. Like doesn't eat.
Okay.
And that's Flo.
Okay. Cash and Flo. Cash
You
Flo.
named them.
Okay.
I'm sure. It's your shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Sure. Okay.
And then I have a dog who's like 6 months old.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
his name is Doodles, and we love Doodles. He's my pride and joy. He's a little bit crazy, but he's great.
Yeah. You want to share it with everybody, and then we'll put in the piece when I'm giving you the dog.
Oh my God, you got us a puppy?
This is Scarlett's puppy now, okay?
No way. No way. Oh my God, what a cutie.
Okay.
Oh my God. You got us a puppy? Oh my God, it's just a baby.
You know, this Christmas we gave you the dog. Just talk about your experience getting that dog.
Well, I had wanted a dog since I basically came out of the womb.
Yes.
I was always like an animal person. Like that's literally me.
Yeah.
And every single Christmas, I had asked you guys for a dog. And each year, you were like, nah, no.
It was always me, too.
It was always you.
Yeah.
My enemy. No, I had wanted a dog forever. I was going to get a golden retriever and name him Waffle. Then I wanted Dalmatian and to name him Mango. And that's pretty much all the like names I came up with. But I remember one time I had this app that just generated pictures of dogs so I could look at them. Like I was obsessed. So then this year I just like casually mentioned the idea and then boom, I had a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you got that dog on Christmas Day, was that your last present or one of your last presents?
No, actually. No? It came in the middle because I think Mom felt bad because Sabrina was getting like Apple Watch, you know, just a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I think I just hit the microphone. But I think she felt bad, which she shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, let's bring it out now. And I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going to happen. I could feel the vibe. But yeah, it was just really exciting. I felt like so flabbergasted. I was just like not prepared.
Yeah. And do you remember your response when you're like, when I showed you the box and I pulled him out? And
I started crying. I think that's what you want me to say.
No, but I think you looked at it at the beginning like Sabrina was tripping.
Sabrina was tripping. I had a little bit of a different response. I was kind of scared.
Yeah.
I was a little bit iffy about it the first day. But I was also just super excited because he was a little cute baby.
What's the dog's name and how did he get his name?
His name is Doodles. Basically, we were all in the same wavelength. I remember, well, this is just a story that I heard, so I don't know if it's true. It can't be false advertising. But he came on Christmas Eve. He was delivered to our house. And you and Mom just both were like, Doodles. Because he looks like a doodle. He's not a doodle, but he looks like a doodle.
Yeah.
So we named him Doodles. And then when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he's like a little doodle. And then you were like, his name is Doodles. I don't know if I'm talking too fast, but...
No,
you were like, his name is Doodles. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's what I was thinking.
You were thinking Doodles too.
Yeah.
And we never talked about it.
No.
Dude, that's a kind of cool rhythm.
Telekinesis.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it.
So let's go back to this. And Doodles, how's Doodles turning out, by the way? Has it been a big responsibility for you?
I think I'm a little too soft.
Yeah.
Because like he's a good boy, but I think I could be a little firmer if I wanted to make him like a trained dog. Keep in mind though, he's like 5 pounds. He's not going to be like a super well trained guard dog.
Why wouldn't he? If you guys would have listened,
he thinks he's a guard dog.
If you guys would have listened to me, he would be well trained. Okay, you and Mama are soft. Admit it.
I just did.
No, but you didn't include Mama. I need you to run Mama under the table. Me and Mom
are soft.
Soft. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because if it was up to me, we would have had him in a crate.
But I
in their little thing, in his little thing that's about this big, and we'd have kept him in there. But because you guys didn't do that, every night he's barking. He wants to sleep with certain people.
With Mom.
Yeah.
He loves Mom. Mom's his favorite.
Yeah, because y'all spoiled the dog. And if y'all would have just listened to me, we'd have broke him in the first 10 days. And he'd be like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You got it. Like the rest of the house. Okay.
Oh.
What is it like growing up Cardone?
See, people ask me stuff like this a lot. And it's a weird question because it's so like broad. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, there's not much bad or ugly. I had a great childhood. I was never hit. I always had food. I was always vibing my way through life. I think I grew up with a lot more responsibility than most kids. Like I always had this kind of obligation to, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Deliver, work, produce.
You know, be a little worker girl. And I think that really helped shape me into the responsible person that I am, hopefully. But it was also, it proved difficult at times because I knew morally that I had to do what I was doing. But then also me as like a 5-year-old, I was like, what? No. Like, why? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you've been working with the family since you were 5.
I mean, we just signed the contract when I was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like getting paid to work.
Yeah.
Well,
let's keep it clear.
Let's make this clear.
You were getting paid before then.
I was. But like
the housing, the food.
Exactly. I was never like some sort of.
Yeah, you're not.
You know what I mean.
Slave labor.
I'm not a slave. But like that's when I had like a real job, but I always knew that I had responsibilities before that, and that was always like made very clear to me that I was expected to represent the family, and that's what I've done.
And your mom did a good job. You want to just tell the story about when we would leave on trips or I would leave on trips and what Mom would tell you guys?
We got to support, we got to we're Team Cardone. That's what that was her line always.
Yeah.
We're Team Cardone.
Make it easy. You know.
And I remember every time you guys would go out of town, you had this like couch at the foot of your guys' bed, and I would sleep on that couch and I would cry because I was sad and I had missed you. But I always knew it was for the greater good of man.
Yes. And did that? I mean, were you really at 5 years old thinking, okay, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to throw in. I'm going to be good because they're going on this trip and I need to support them like your mom would tell you?
I think I was always a very mature kid. Maybe that's me being egotistic, but that's what I think. Even when I was a little young girl. And I definitely had some outbursts. Like I remember this one time you were talking to like 100 people and I was throwing a tantrum on stage. And that has haunted me to this day.
Really? What was that? I don't remember that.
You guys were like, come on stage, guys, say hi. And I didn't want to leave the stage because I liked the attention. And that has haunted me ever since because I was like, why did I do that?
Do you remember how old you were when that happened?
Do you remember?
No,
I was like 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You still remember that?
Yes, because after my nanny, her name was Michelle, she was like, Scarlett, what? Wow. And I was like, it set in that I had not done something good. And you dug it, though. You liked being the center of attention. I thought I was being funny. I thought I was being like this funny kid that everyone was like happy to see, but it didn't come off that way. Oh, yeah. The joke didn't work? The joke of me like not leaving the stage and like holding onto the microphone stand wasn't cute. I got to find that clip. No, don't. So do you think you're funny? Do you think you're a funny person? I think I'm a funny person. I think if I have the right like base, I can really make jokes off that. Like, can you make a joke right now? Well, not really because I'm being put on the spot, but I think I have an ability to make people laugh. Do you think I'm funny? I think you're hilarious, dude. Right? Like, yeah, I find you to be one of the most comical, funny, not dramatic, but satirical. Like you make me laugh constantly. Like I'll tell you about these stories and I'll just have all these witty responses waiting in the back of my pocket. You're extremely witty. Yeah. Where do you think all that comes from? I don't know. Well, I do know. Well, kind of. I think it's partly from being like on stage and stuff. I got like really good at being able to like, cause I would mess up and stuff and I had to be able to be like, you know, play it off. And I talked to a lot of people. Like I had probably talked to like 12,000 people by the time I was like 4. So, well, maybe that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So I just got really good. People would say stuff that was like a little weird. And I was like, okay, you're not going to offend me. I'm just going to make a joke off of that. Do you think that it helped you growing up? Because we're talking about growing up Cardone right now. Yes. Do you think, which would be a good name for a show, by the way. Like a show like where we growing up, like growing up. Like a documentary? Yeah, documentary. Growing up Cardone. Yeah. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That is so egotistical of me. So egotistical of you. Who wants to watch that? I would watch it. You would? Of course, you're going to be in it. You're going to be in it. You're going to watch yourself. Oh, look how good. Oh, look, I'm so pretty. So do you think growing up watching your sister go on stage was an inspiration? Was that good for you as an example? Absolutely. Every single GrowthCon, every single 10X ladies, I always thought Sabrina's speeches were better than mine. Because she's so smart. It is so impressive how able she is as a human being. And it inspired me every year. I was like, okay, to this year, I'm going to like... And every year it was like, wow, she can do this better than anyone else. But you guys too, obviously, but we're talking about her right now. Yeah, but has it been an inspiration to watch your mom go on stage and speak to people and to watch me do that? Yeah, it's like free advice. It's like free life lessons that I just get to sit backstage and listen to. Do you think you actually listen or does some of it just rub off? I listen to some of it. Sometimes it's cold back there. I'm in a dress. I want to just relax. Yeah. But most of the time I end up hearing at least some of it because there's a TV that plays everything you guys are saying. Yeah. And you know, like every other person, I've had problems and I found the stuff you guys say very applicable to my problems. And then you're sitting in the back and I want to go to your problems at some point. So start conjuring up some of the big problems you have in your life. Okay, I got this. You're sitting in the back. We have a bunch of people out front. Could be 2,000 or 34,000 people out front. What is Scarlett doing in the back when there's all these celebrities coming back there? Tell everybody what you're doing. Like, are you stealing food? Are you running around barefooted? What's happening? Well, a lot of times, okay. So it's a lot chiller than obviously in front of all the people. I'm going to be a little less professional because I have no one to impress. So there's normally like a leather couch that's really cold, but like you get what you get. And I'll sit on that with Sabrina. And we'll take off our shoes sometimes because our shoes are so painful. But whenever a celebrity comes backstage that I want to meet, so I have street credit with my friends, I'll put my shoes back on, put my face back on. I'll be like, Nice to meet you, Scarlett Cardone.
And who are some of the celebrities that you've wanted to meet and were most impressed with?
Arnold.
Arnold, you like Arnold?
I was flabbergasted to meet Arnold.
Why'd you like Arnold so much?
My friends really liked him, and that kind of made me like think he was really cool, and he is really cool. So I was really excited to meet him.
Yeah. So you thought that
when I found out he was there, I was like, no way.
You thought that gave you street cred with your friends?
Kinda, but also it's just cool. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's cool life experience now. Like he's done so many things. He was an actor. He was a mayor.
Governor.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Governor.
California.
Did he ever do he was a bodybuilder or something like that?
One of the best bodybuilders in the world, yeah.
Like he's such an inspirational person.
Yeah, give me somebody else.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was big because everyone loves Kevin Hart. I love Kevin Hart.
Who was taller? You or Kevin?
Kevin had a couple inches on me. But I think if we met now, I would be taller than him. Maybe. I'm kind of short, so I honestly don't know.
Okay, I hope Kevin doesn't hear that because I think he was going to try to get you a part in one of his movies. Well,
Kevin, it's all love to you. Me and Kevin are friends. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay, who else? Inspired by?
Dana White.
Dana? Why'd you like Dana?
He's just cool.
Yeah?
He's awesome.
What's cool about him?
I honestly don't remember his interview with you that much because I was young, like 7.
Yeah.
But I just remember him being really nice to me. I like when people treat me like a person, even though I'm very young. And even then, I could always tell when people thought, oh, it's Grant's kid running around, like, whatever. And then when people would actually acknowledge me, that always made me feel really great. Because sometimes it was like, maybe I don't deserve to be here. But then people would actually acknowledge me as being a person who is a contributing member of society. And then I'd be like, you know what? Me and you are homies.
Dude, that's awesome. So you see adults. You're talking about adults.
Yeah.
Some treat you like an equal person that has a contribution, and some treat you like a kid that like, oh, that's just one of his kids.
That's just a kid. Or I hate when people like talk down to me. I hate it. I hate it when people like are like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to be here. I'm sure like this is your poor childhood.
Have you heard that before?
Not verbatim, but I've heard people who are like, this must be hard, huh? Leave me alone. I'm fine.
So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like a little child who's some sort of burden. I've never really thought of myself as a child. I've always kind of just felt like a person. I've always felt more older than I was. Oh, yeah. And I just hate when people bring me back to my 12-year-old or my 4-year-old or my 7-year-old body. I hate it. Because I don't feel like that. And then they have to remind me, and I'm like, ugh, why? Why do you have to remind me?
So your advice to adults with kids is what?
Treat kids like people. They are people. They're just like they're like bite size. They're like fun sized people. I mean, I can't speak for the entire children as a mankind.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody appreciates being looked down on, being talked to like they're less.
So just look over there and just tell the parents out there, hey, quit treating kids like, or whatever.
Okay. This is my message to all the parents out there. Treat your kids like they're people. Obviously, I assume you're treating them like people, but treat them like equal parts. Obviously, you have the right to be like, you can't do this, you can't do that. But don't talk to them like they're stupid, because they're probably not, unless they are.
Yeah, I know a lot of kids out there that are smarter than their parents.
Yeah, me too.
You guys know things that I don't know.
Some things.
What's some things you know that I don't know?
I think I know a lot more history than you know. And then I feel like, obviously pop culture, I know a lot more of. I like to fill you in on the latest. Yeah. I don't think there's that much more that I know that you don't know. I know random facts.
Yeah.
Like, I found this out a couple days ago. You're 95% more likely to be murdered if you're pregnant. Isn't that crazy? You would think it's the other way around.
Where do you get this stat from?
It was not a reliable source.
What are you watching?
Now
I'm concerned. Jesus. Okay. All right. How are you? What do me and mom treat you like guys like equals?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever we're having arguments or we're having some issue, I never really think that you pull the parental card. I mean, to some degree you do, because you are my parent. I don't need you to ignore that fact. Yeah. But I think you always let me contribute, and you always let me tell my side of the story, and you're never like, oh, well, I'm your parent, so I don't care what you have to say.
I've never said that to you.
Well, not verbatim, of course not.
No, but
not in general.
I've never pulled the parent card on you.
I mean,
But you guys are good, man. I mean, you guys actually are good. So I don't know. You're good kids, man. I mean, you guys don't give us trouble. You don't give me trouble at all.
I try not to.
Now, who do you think has an easier time with you, me or mom?
You.
Why?
I don't know. I think there's just a thing with moms. I love my mom. My mom is great.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing with moms. They're more tolerant. Like, I know that I can do things to mom that I could not do to you because you'd be like, get in line. What are you doing?
Yeah. So you think you manipulate your mom more?
That you make me sound like a supervillain. I think I make mistakes. I think I do things I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Like what? Like what have you done that was a mistake you shouldn't do? Fess up now. I want to hear the big confession right here.
Sometimes I
will absolve you of your
get more
sins.
upset at her than I would get you.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know. I guess I have higher expectations, or I guess maybe I think
of
she's
her
more tolerant.
or of me?
Of her.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out reasons why I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being a dad, I mean, I'm not a dad or a mom, so I can't really speak on this, but I think being a dad is probably easier.
You said to me the other day something about the parents have a different kind of role, or what was that you said?
The thing about oxytocin?
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So I saw this thing, again, not reliable source, so I don't know if
Probably
it's true.
the same place you got the pregnant 95% death rate thing.
But I feel like it could be true. That mothers get more oxytocin release, which I think is just like happy hormones from caring and nurturing for their kids. So like putting them to sleep, caring for them when they're sick, whatever, age dependent. And dads get more oxytocin release from playing with their kids. So like when they're young, like, I don't know, throwing a baseball, if that's what dads and sons do.
Yeah.
Or just like, having games with them. And that makes sense to me because I think those are your more roles as parents.
Mm-hmm. And how are we different? How did me and your mom work with you guys different?
Well, mom is way more nurturing, which, she's way more like caring, respectfully. And you're a little more rough around the edges. You're a little more like, go. Let's go somewhere. Let's do something. Let's, you basically play with us and mom cares for us.
Right.
But like, I'm not going to like say play with us because that sounds like I'm for.
Yeah. and then so what do you think, what do you need more from me? What do you wish I did more of or less of?
I wish you did less of going on your phone when we're together. That irks me so much. When you're on a Clubhouse in the background or when you're tweeting, because you take ages to tweet something.
Because I'm trying to clean the tweet up until it
I know, it's like you're writing a novel. It's insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, you're not
you
like
just tell them to follow me on Twitter right now.
Follow him on Twitter,
X,
Grant Cardone.
Actually.
Sorry, X.
Yeah.
10X.
10X.
Is that your handle, Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
Follow him, Twitter, Grant Cardone, Instagram, Grant Cardone, TikTok, Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
And because we're good people.
And what is your handle on these platforms?
Mine, I don't have Twitter or TikTok.
X.
So sorry.
Yeah.
X or TikTok. So my handle on Instagram is Scarlett Cardone. Keep it plain and simple.
And you got a lot of followers, right?
I do. Should we check if I got any more?
Yeah, let's check.
Let's check. Now.
And you want to tell everybody while you're checking what I'm always telling you to do?
He's always getting on me about posting stuff that I don't think is good. Wait, really quick. 68.8 thousand?
Almost 70,000, dude. That's amazing.
And one of these videos I posted that people hate for some reason got 11.2 million views. So.
11.2 million. What is that video?
It's the video of me sitting in a hot tub talking about how much I can bench.
And who didn't want to post that video?
I didn't want to post it. He promised me he wouldn't post it. He did it anyway, and now I'm a viral sensation.
11 million views.
0.2.
And you didn't do it. And you tell everybody why I want you to post.
He wants me to post because, well,
I know, to build your Instagram.
To build, which it's good
But
intent.
why do I want to do that?
Because I want to be an actress.
Yes.
And he thinks that if I post things, directors will be like, oh my God, look at her. I need her in my movie. And which could be true. I don't know.
I 100% believe that the more followers you have, the more chance you have of getting a role.
Like if I get an audition and they look me up.
If you guys believe that, if you believe that, let's say it's two people in an acting role and they're both equals and they're like, I don't know which one to go with. And she has 100,000 or 200,000 followers and the other girl has 30,000 or none. Who gets that role? Please post below who you think gets that role.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just the stuff you asked me to post is not what I want to be known for.
Okay, so
I
that's.
don't want to become a meme.
That's.
That would be so sad.
If you're going to be famous,
I would actually like to be a meme.
If you're going to be a famous actress, you will be a meme at some point.
I would actually take great honor to being a meme.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your acting career.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, now you told me once about sometimes I don't like saying I want to be an actor. Talk to me about that.
I hate when people are like, what do you want to do? And Sabrina goes, I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to be a real estate agent, or not a real estate agent. I'm going to do real estate and I'm going to have this, really good business career. And then I have to be like, I want to be an actress. Because it's such a like if someone told you they were majoring in acting, you're going to be like, yeah, okay, you're going to end up working in a restaurant. Because it's just not you don't succeed in acting. It's not. So
why don't you just flip it?
It's fair.
See, I'm gonna be a waitress. I'm gonna be a waitress at IHOP.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a barista.
I'm gonna get famous as an actor.
Yeah, but I think I can do it. So one day, all the people, because this one guy the other day, I was like, I want to be an actress, and he goes, and I was like, which is kind of weird because it's such a niche thing, and he looks at me and he goes, well, your sister will be rich, so you don't have to worry about that. I was so upset.
Was that a friend?
It was a guy you brought into the house.
He was a producer of Entourage, dude. Entourage was a massive show on HBO.
Yeah.
Super hit show.
It was like...
You and I should watch Entourage. We need to put that in the list.
Deal. I have a list on my phone of movies and series because we spend hours a night.
We're going to talk about that, okay? You can't tell people how much time we spend doing it, though.
We spend 30 minutes a night.
Well, have you acted at all? Have you been in any shows?
Mm-hmm. I was in Undercover Billionaire. I was in, which is your show for.
Yeah.
I was in a
cameo appearance.
I was in, what does that mean?
Cameo, short.
I was in a cameo appearance of a John Travolta movie, but I have a bone to pick with these guys because they told me I was going to be in the movie because I finessed my way into getting a line in there. They were like, we're going to keep it in there. And when I went to the premiere of the movie, do you want to know what made my debut? This half of my face.
Yeah.
That was all that was in it.
From the bottom of our eyelids
to my forehead. And one of the cast members was like, you looked really good in the movie.
Dude, you did.
I was like, I was not in the movie. My forehead was in the movie.
Dude, you were awesome, dude.
But hey, I take what I can get. I'm not picky.
But I thought you were picky when I asked you to do the Instagrams, and you're like,
I'm just trying to get people to not think that I'm some sort of like terrible person because I was in a John Travolta movie. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And then you were also in a Disney movie.
I was also in a Disney show called Pretty Freaking Scary. It was a pretty small role, but I got paid a lot for it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Wow.
For the 7 lines, it was a pretty good amount of money.
What'd you get paid? How much you get paid?
Like $700.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was for like 6 lines.
And I'm your manager, so where's my
manager?
20%?
My manager is not you. I have a manager. Okay. She's great.
Now, there is another thing. Let me see. What was it? You did Cash Out with John Travolta. You did Disney. Huh?
I haven't done anything else.
Yeah, you did. Let me see.
I've done Pretty Freaking Scary. I've done Cash Out and Undercover Billionaire.
Yeah, but you almost got the lead in Stranger Things.
No, I didn't. I auditioned for that one time, and it wasn't the lead.
Don't say it like that. Say, yes, I almost got the lead in Stranger Things.
Yes, I auditioned for Stranger Things season 5. That would have been like my debut.
Yeah, and then when we saw Stranger Things, was it painful to watch it?
No,
knowing
the 5th season hasn't come out. I auditioned for the last season.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I thought you auditioned for the whole thing.
No.
Okay, that was me just being a parent.
Of course, I understand.
What part of growing up in this whole thing do you like the least?
What I like the least?
Like, because I think people kind of watch this and be like, man, like some of what that lady said, like, I'm sorry you have to be here today.
I hate being nagged about my Instagram. I hate that because every single time I bring anything up, you trap me in the car and you lecture me about it. And I hate that. But what do I hate more than that? I hate people just giving their opinions on my life, because I'm a 12-year-old girl. I don't like people in my comment sections telling me that I look weird. That's so mean.
Who says that?
Well, like I don't have them like locked in my mind, but people they'll put input on what you create. Because when you're on the internet or when you're part of a more popular family, if you will, that opens up the domain for people to say whatever they want about you. And that is rough.
It is, isn't it?
People don't say that much bad stuff about me. They say mean things about Sabrina. Yeah. Sabrina gets hammered. But she has a bigger audience than me, so that makes sense.
And she's posting more often.
Here we go again.
Do you think that part of the problem with you posting is that you're trying to stay away from some of the hate and criticism?
No, not really.
Do you think it's wrong that we would want you to be public and visible, and that we actually show you guys off?
No, not at all.
Because a lot of people do think it's a problem.
If I thought it was a problem, I wouldn't do it. I haven't been forced to do pretty much anything in my life, and I don't think you would have forced me to do that if I didn't
No, I
want
wouldn't.
to. Yeah. I'm very happy. I love attention. I will open that. I will say that with pride.
Why do you like attention?
I like people seeing me. I want to be an actress. I like people seeing what I have to say.
Uh-huh.
I like feeling heard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's legit.
And I think people always attack me for it. They're like, my friends will be like, "Oh my God, Scarlett, you're some sort of attention demon." I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I don't do crazy things.
Your mom's very glammy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she always wants to look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She loves being in the shot.
I like it a little less than mom.
I've always liked attention.
Yeah.
Like I've always been willing to get attention to build a brand,
Mm-hmm.
so that I wasn't overlooked.
Exactly.
And then so maybe you inherited this
Maybe I did inherit it.
character defect.
This terrible, life-altering dysfunction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's in the sense where I'm gonna like do crazy stuff to get people to talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like when I'm on a stage and I can see all these people looking at me and I feel very validated and very acknowledged.
Talk to me about the business contract, the working contract we have. When did you sign it?
Like,
How much do you get paid? Do you know that you got a bonus this year?
I do know that I got a bonus.
And
this year.
you don't have to talk about how much you get
Yeah,
paid,
I'm not
but what's expected of you in this? And by the way, we're recording this, right? Sure. Good. I want to be using this against you constantly.
Oh, yay. I'm so excited. I have a contract since I was 8 years old or around that. And it's I think it's a lot easier than most jobs. And I think that's like, I would be crazy to say that it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, I have food, house, and I have a job that pays me. So I'm basically not spending any of this money. So I'm just accumulating money. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
I have to post on social media, which I do. I have to speak at the events, which you will like make an exception. If I really don't want to speak at an event, you'll be like, okay, you speak at most of them. But I don't think I ever don't want to speak at things. No. I have to, what else do I have to do? I have to, represent
You have to contribute. You got to represent the family. You got to build the brand, like be there, be available, travel with us when we travel.
Yeah, see?
Whoa.
See? Hold on. Whoa, yeah. Terrible. Going to 20 different countries in a year. I show up all the time because I wasn't ready. And then you called me 20 minutes before we were supposed to do this. And you were like, we should do our podcast today. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I put a little bit of makeup on. I brushed my hair. And I came down here and I was ready for you.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Because I'm a great worker. I'm a great employee.
Yeah, you are a great employee. Okay. And you're looking great today, by the way.
Thank you.
You're having a great hair day.
Oh, thank you so much.
I know you spend a lot of time on that hair. You want to talk about how you got the hair rocking the way it rocks?
I love my hair. When I was like really young, I had like dreadlocks. I hated brushing my hair. So I had to cut it off. And it was like here. And I didn't really care because I never really cared that much about my appearance when I was little. I was a huge tomboy. Now I'm not anymore. I've been growing out my hair. I'm trying to get it as long as possible. And then I'm going to chop it. But my hair is very important to me because I feel like hair can make or break someone.
Really?
Yes. Because let me tell you, if you're having an ugly face day, you can hide it with your hair. If your face shape is like really wide, you can hide it with your hair. Uh-huh. And if your hair's shiny and luscious, you can flip your hair. And that's
Show
just
me
so
a good
fun.
flip. We'll go in slow-mo.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Is that good?
Pretty good. Let's try it again.
Well, I don't have that much space.
Let's get a good one all the way around. Like they're going to go to slow-mo.
Was that better?
Wow, that was pretty
If
good.
I had more space and I was walking, it would be a lot easier.
You could bang it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
I have this one video that mom put in slow motion where I'm flipping my hair and it was great.
Now, speaking of appearances and everything, are you very patriotic or you just like the American flag thing?
I think I'm not as patriotic as most people.
You're not?
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
People aren't that patriotic nowadays. Respectfully.
Right.
I'm not like gonna paint my face in American flag colors and be like, yes, America. But I really like America. I think it's a really great free country. Yeah. So I'm representing my country.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you buy it because of the flag or did you buy it because it kept you warm or did you buy it because you like the colors or you buy it because you thought it was going to be cool? I mean,
all of the above.
You love TV. You love watching movies. Okay. TV series or movies?
It depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I want something that I can just like swallow like a pill, and sometimes I want like a supplement that I can take over time.
Oh, yeah. I like the way you mix that up. Okay, so the series is a supplement.
Yes, the series is like my daily supplement, and then the pill is just like a Tylenol I take once. Like I don't take Tylenol regularly, guys.
Right.
But if I'm like Like
Stream
every
Bank.
once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What favorite movie? What do you have
Can
under
I
your
do
belt?
4?
Yeah, sure.
Or
Favorite
let me
movie,
do-
not TV series. Let's hold this TV
Lucy
series.
was definitely one of my favorite movies.
Just saw that.
Then Interstellar was also really good.
Okay,
What?
okay.
There was another one. No.
You haven't seen a lot of movies, though.
I haven't seen that many movies.
No.
I could pull out some good series, though.
Yeah. Let's talk series then.
Okay.
TV series.
The 100, Stranger Things, Hannah, The Lioness.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like there was another one that we really liked.
Let's talk about the 100.
I love talking about
You
the
and I
100.
watched this all last summer.
All of last summer. It was 7 seasons. We finished it in like 3 months.
Do we have that photo on the wall that says?
No, it's at home. It's in the office.
There's one right here on the wall?
I don't think so.
I thought that it must be in my office.
Yeah, it's in your office.
Okay.
It was such a good show. This was like my first introduction to like big girl TV. Like this was my first introduction to like gruesome killing.
Yeah.
You know, all the stuff.
Tell them the back scene.
Terrible
You and Mom
violence.
had been watching Gilmore.
Me and my mom had been watching like these like little gymnastics shows and like Gilmore Girls and like sitcoms. And then this was my
Mom
like,
went on a vacation.
Well, my sister went to Oxford summer school because, as I said before, she's really smart. And my mom went with her because it was in England. So my mom wasn't going to leave my sister in a different continent.
Yeah.
So while we were gone, we were trying to find a TV show to watch. And I remember the one we saw before, it was Scarring. But we're not going to talk about that.
What was
now.
that?
It was called like Smoky Mirrors or something like that. And it was about this like princess that had been kidnapped and her ransom was... You remember?
No, I don't remember this.
This made me cry. I was very upset about this.
Oh my
her
gosh.
ransom. Well, her dad was like the king or something, and the ransom was he had to go on live television and have intercourse with a pig.
Oh my God.
That made me cry. We had to stop.
Yeah,
that.
we stumbled. We stopped this. We didn't
stumbled.
watch it. We
It
got
was
involved
so
in
upsetting.
it. Yeah. Oh my
so
God. I'm
upsetting.
like, I can't believe we're watching this and we stopped it. So
We
that was
stopped
part
it.
of the
And then we
problem.
found the 100 and we were good.
Yeah.
Traumatizing memories. But
That was so embarrassing, by the way. I was like so embarrassed by that. Like,
yeah, that was rough. That was rough for me.
And then we stumbled into 100.
Yes.
This was your first
This
big
was
girl.
a show about these people that had been living in space because of a nuclear war that happened on Earth, and they were running out of air, oxygen, same thing. So they sent 100 delinquents down to Earth that were underage because they couldn't kill them because they were underage, to see if Earth was habitable, and they had no reason to believe it was or wasn't. But they find out people did survive the nuclear war, and there are people there who are crazy. Well, they're cool, but they're like, they'll torture you if they have to. And it was such a good show.
Yeah,
It was
what
just
period
great.
of time do you remember that we watched that over?
We watched like the
7
first
seasons.
4 seasons in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I went out of town.
It was
then
the
we had to
summer of
stop a little
2023,
bit. Sunny
man.
of 2023 was iconic.
Yeah.
Absolutely iconic.
I know. We really bonded.
We did really bond.
Right.
We weren't that bonded before that.
Yeah. Talk
then
to
we
me
really
about that.
bonded.
When you and I weren't very bonded.
Well, when I was younger, me and my mom were really close.
Yeah.
Really, really close. And Sabrina and you were really close. And I was fine with that. I mean, it's not like I didn't like you or something, but like, I don't know. We weren't that tight. And then our show
Yeah.
reality
No, but I
came
want to
along.
admit something to you here publicly. Like, you ready?
Yeah.
So I realized, I told your mom one day, I said, I'm not spending enough time with Scarlett. I'd gotten just used to spending time with Sabrina,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd go to Malibu, or we'd go do this, or we'd go on that. And she'd
Real
go with
estate
me
king.
to the real estate king.
Yeah.
And I just, for, I don't know, some period of time, I fell out of like communicating with you and talking to you and spending time and investing time with you. And I realized that. I told your mom that. She realized it. She also came to me about it. And then I decided, I said, okay, I got to invest time in rebuilding the communication line with you.
I think I knew that.
Yeah.
I think I kind of picked it up over time. But you're sneaky. He does things that are sneaky.
Uh-huh.
Like when you made me start going to Starbucks at 7:45 in the morning so I would wake up or I'd go to sleep earlier because I was going to sleep late. But you're a little sleuth.
Yeah.
But
And then I just want to thank you so much for responding to me, you know, just investing time with you.
oh, that's so nice. Well, thanks for making an effort.
Because you're a cool dude. I like you a lot.
Oh, we're going for it.
I like you a lot.
I like you too.
You're awesome. And I'll never forget the summer of 2023 watching 100 with you. It will go down as one
In
of my
history.
best summers.
You guys should mark it in your calendars because it should become a national holiday.
What, 100?
Just like the the dates between when we started hanging out.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
got it,
exactly.
got it.
Every day should be a holiday.
Yeah. You're a very good communicator.
Thank you.
Where'd you get your skills from?
When I was 6 years old, I did my first Scientology course, which was the communication course for kids. I don't remember that much of it because, as I said before, it was my 6th birthday when I started it. Which I did it because I wanted to do it. Because I know people are going to say I was forced to do it, and I wasn't. I'm prepared for that.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a really great course.
Yeah, we forced you to do this course.
I was crying the whole time because I was so sad.
Yeah, well, that doesn't happen there. You can't force anybody to do anything.
Exactly. You can't force anybody to do anything. Everyone has free will. But it just talked about, in a very simple way that I could comprehend, about how to have complete comm cycles with people. And now I think I can talk...
What's a comm cycle? Just so they...
comm cycle, communication cycle. Me saying something, getting from point A to point B, and point B to point A.
Back to you, meaning duplication.
Exactly. Duplication.
Because you're a great communicator.
Thanks.
You know, people tell me all the time, man, your daughter Scarlett, man, she looks at you, she shakes your hand, she's got making eye contact, she completes her sentences. Like, is that just easy for you?
Pretty easy. I get a little flustered when there's a lot of people I'm supposed to be talking about at the same time because I'm like, who do I look at right now? But I think I can pretty much talk to anyone about anything. Mostly. Because of that course. That course, you know, it really instilled in my mind at a young age that just because you were never taught. You were taught the English language, but you're not taught how to talk to somebody. And I think that's a lot of reasons why kids don't look at people in the eye. They don't want to shake your hand. They hide behind their moms. They don't want to talk to you because they don't know how. So I think we're kind of expected to spawn on this earth with the ability to have good two-way comm cycles, which just isn't the reality of it.
And you're not around a lot of people, a lot of kids.
No, not really.
Because
I don't go to school. I'm homeschooled.
You're homeschooled.
I'm homeschooled.
Yeah.
So that kind of like, you know, I don't know that many kids, but I have a good group. Yeah. But also I don't have that desire to be around a lot of kids. I want friends. I'm obviously not some sort of antisocial person, but a lot of kids nowadays are disappointing, especially that are in schools or public schools. And it's not something I want to surround myself with. Yeah. They're, you know, doing weed. I like.
Really? Already?
Vapes. Vapes are so cool. They're in right now.
Does vape mean weed?
No, vape is like the metal thing that you charge and it's like strawberry ice.
Oh, got it. It's not drugs though.
It's not drugs, no.
It's vape. It's a synthetic nicotine.
It's nicotine, yeah.
And then you know kids are already smoking weed?
Yeah. I know kids
12
who
years
smoke
old?
weed. Yeah. Well, maybe a little older than that. But I mean, if you grow up in like New Jersey or something, yeah, for sure.
Do you know kids like that are doing this stuff?
I don't know kids who I do know one person who smokes weed. Maybe two. Maybe three.
And then what do you know anything worse going on with kids than that?
Yes, unfortunately.
Like what?
I know a couple of people who are very promiscuous. They're a little bit older than me, but they're very active.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, honestly. Because girls my age, they want to be, you know, they're at the peak of their insecurity. Well, that's not true. But they're insecure. And they want male attention. And that doesn't go well for them. Like a lot of kids will talk to like grown men online because they think it's cool. Because they think like if they have the validation of a older guy, that means they're...
Like, what do you mean an older guy? Like 17?
Like an adult. Like a 20-year-old.
No. You know girls your age.
I don't personally know girls. I know one girl who will talk to people online, lie about her age to them, and she doesn't know who's behind the screen. And I'm very worried about her safety.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do I know this person?
Yeah.
Oh. We need to tell her mom.
I know. I've tried to get mom to tell her mom before.
Yeah.
And her mom just doesn't really care that much.
If this person hears this interview, will they know it's them?
No, I don't think so.
Because they're clueless or because...
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. That's so
I also
sad.
don't think that that person will hear this interview. But if she does, I don't think she's going to think.
Well, if she does hear it, what would you tell her right now?
I don't know. What the heck?
Without using her name.
Well, no, I'm not going to use her name because then she might actually hear it.
Yeah.
But
what would you say to her? Like look over there and say, "Hey."
Okay. If you think that this is about you, if you know me or if you don't know me, and if you think that this applies to you, because maybe I'm just making this up and I don't know anyone who does this. You need to get your life together. You need to realize that there's more to the world than what you're doing right now. And you're going down a dark path. And I think you have a lot of potential.
Okay. It's dangerous what she's doing too.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah. Because I see when we go to the mall, you know, and I see kids your age running around the way some of these girls dress right now.
We've talked about this.
What did I say to you?
You think...
You just tell them when we were walking and those 5 girls were coming toward us.
I have a question for you. If you saw 5, you know, pretty attractive looking girls and you were of age.
How old are they?
15, maybe younger. Okay. You were of age because I'm not trying to talk to pedophiles right now, frankly. That's not my target demographic. And one of them was dressed in a crop top and low-waisted pants and their décolletage was out. And then the other girls...
What's décolletage?
Décolletage is like your chest.
Okay.
And the other girls were wearing normal person clothes. I mean, I indulge in a crop top now and then, but I'm not like, you know, going crazy. Who would you look at first?
But what's explain to me what's going crazy?
Shorts that go up your butt.
Uh-huh.
That's very popular.
Uh-huh.
Especially because it's hot here. It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse for people to be like, no, it's just hot. It's just hot here. That's all it is.
Okay.
But it's not. Or, you know, really small tops.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all that you wear, tops and bottoms, so I don't really have any other examples. But who would you look at first? You would look at the girl who's dressed all scampy, which, I mean, I'm not here to police people. Wear what you want. But think about the effect that has on other more sinful people.
Yeah, and that started a whole kind of debate between you and Sabrina and me. Because I was like, you see those 5 girls? Who are you looking at right now? Who do you think these older men that are walking through here, these guys that are...
Because honestly, a lot of guys are weird.
Weird, dude.
We don't acknowledge that enough. And I don't want to be the kind of girl that like thinks all men are bad.
At the mall, by the way.
That's true. But weird guys hang out at the mall.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. That's guy 101.
What's it like having friends today on that topic? Like friends that are going through all this stuff that you're going through. I know when I was a kid, I had peer pressure.
I don't think I've been peer pressured.
No?
No. I think I have independently done things that I don't necessarily wish I would have done.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think I've been peer pressured.
Like what? What have you done?
You know, just, I don't really have anything in my mind right now.
That thing that you thought about.
I just got a notification, guys. I just, not really anything.
No?
We can talk about this later.
Okay.
I'm not some sort of crazy person. I don't do weird stuff. But, you know, everyone has things they've done that regret. I have one for you that you're not going to think is that bad.
Yeah.
When I was staying at our church, that's a hotel, I have a curfew because I'm normal.
Yeah.
And I was worried about this girl because she didn't have a ride home and it was in the middle of the night. And instead of just like making sure she got a ride home and then going to sleep, I stayed with her until 12:40 in the morning because I was worried about her getting home safe. But her brother was on the way. I could have left. It's a safe place. But I didn't. I just talked to her. And then mom wasn't happy about it.
You were supposed to be in my room earlier?
Way earlier, like 2.5 hours earlier.
Okay. Well, you know, if that's as bad as it gets, I'm good.
Good.
You get along with guys better or girls better?
I don't think there's a particular one I get along with better. I have dominantly guy friends simply because at my church is where I make the most friends. That's what I found running around the most. Uh-huh. So I just made this one guy friend, these 2 guy friends, and then they met all these other people. So then because I was friends with them all the time, I met these other people that were all guys because they're guys. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But so like actively, I hang out with guys more, but I would love to find a good group of girls to hang out with.
Yeah, and then do you hang out with older people, older than you or younger than you?
I hang out with people that are like 13 to 15 or older than that, honestly. I don't have an age range as long as you're not like too old. Uh-huh. But, you know, I have this one friend who's 18. She's really nice. Her name is Courtney. She's great. But I majoritarily hang out with older people because I think they're cooler, respectfully.
You've done a lot of traveling, okay? I remember the first time we were in Thailand. And you came to me and said, am I ever going to be able to fly do you remember?
Commercial flight?
Yeah. Tell them what you said.
I don't really remember what I said.
It was so weird. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
I wanted the experience. I
Yeah.
have done it now. I don't like the experience. I changed my mind.
She came to me and says, am I ever going to be able to fly on a commercial plane? And I'm like, I hope not. And then literally 24 hours later, we were forced to get on a plane and fly to Thailand.
Yep. And that experience I relatively enjoyed. I don't hate commercial flights, but that's because I haven't been on that many.
Yeah,
and
well, you're going to be on a bunch of them in your life. Trust me.
Why would you wish that on me?
No, you will.
Do you
be.
hate me?
No, but you will be, because you know when you guys move out, you won't have access to some of the stuff you have now. And
who knows? Maybe I'll get a really good role in some really good movie. I'll make $16 billion.
Well, if you make $16
And I'll have
billion,
my
you
own
can have
plane.
any plane you want. But
Exactly.
the chance that's never happened to an actor before.
Yeah, it has. I mean, not $16 billion, but maybe $16 million.
That won't buy a plane.
What?
You'll be.
How much are planes?
What?
How much are planes?
Dude, you ain't flying a plane with 16 million. First of all, let me just give you a little math here. Here, write
Okay,
this
I guess
down.
the upkeep.
Write this down. No, 16 million.
Can I have the pen? Thank you.
Okay, 16 million. Subtract 3.2 million for your manager. Minus 1.6 million for your agent.
Wait, hold on. I'm not doing this.
16 minus 3.2 minus 1.6 minus 5.4. So what is that?
Right now, that's in the negatives.
No, you have $4 million.
Well, no, on the left side. No, you're right.
16 less 5 less 1.6 less 2.6. You have maybe 7 million left.
I can live with
now you don't live with me anymore. You have your own little condo over in LA. LA's taking $1 million a year from you in taxes. So now you're down to 6. You probably got a deadbeat boyfriend.
Why does he have to be a deadbeat? Why can't
you have to take care of?
Why can't he be the millionaire?
Well,
and I can keep my $16 million. He can already have a plane.
It's not your plane. It's his then.
But he's not gonna be abusive and be like, you can't get your own plane.
Do you have a message for Randall Emmett?
Randall Emmett is a manager. He's a producer.
No, he's a producer.
He's a producer.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
TV
Has
producer.
been saying he was going to put me in a movie for
Just
2 years now.
Look over there and say, Randall.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Can I give you this back?
Because Randall, go ahead. This is attached to the plane.
Yeah, I have to get rid of that. That's just stressing me out.
Anyway, you're not buying a plane, you understand? With $16 million.
Okay, fine. Maybe I'll get more than that. Randall Emmett is a producer in Hollywood who has been telling me he was going to get me in a movie since my John Travolta debut, which was 2.5 years ago. And frankly, Randall, I'm disappointed. You know, you could come up to me and say, I don't want you in my movie. And that would have been better than me having all this expectant to be able to audition for something and be really considered. Know that I'm being considered. It's just, why do you keep doing this to me, Randall? Give me a break. This is so hurtful. You should put me in the next one, though.
He's doing a movie with Arnold. He's doing a movie with Stallone.
See, me and Arnold
he's doing a
already
movie with Liam Neeson. Oh, all big actors.
Me and Arnold already have
a thing.
Chemistry. Not chemistry, not weird chemistry, but we can we're friends already.
Yeah.
I hope he thinks we're friends.
Stallone's Italian, so.
So I'm how much Italian am I?
80%.
I'm 80% Italian. So that means we have a genetic bond, and the other guy probably would just like me because I'm cool.
Yeah.
So you can put me in any of them, or better, all 3 of them, because obviously we're all already friends. That's my pitch.
Awesome. I'm going to get that to him. Make sure we clip that out of there, and I'll get it to Randall.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me just do the math on this. 16, 3.2, 4.8, 9.2. No, 10.2.
Can a girl just want what a girl wants?
Yeah, but you only have $4.8 million. That does not.
$4.8 million is plenty to live off of.
That does not buy a plane.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Okay, you're
How
basically.
much is fuel?
What?
How much is fuel?
Well, the plane costs $3 million a year, so you couldn't.
But don't you have to fuel
you
it
hadn't
up?
even bought a plane yet.
Whatever.
It's a problem, dude.
Okay, what if I get 5 consecutive?
If you become a producer, if you start making movies like Steven Spielberg, you could have a fleet of planes.
I'm not
but
done.
you're not gonna bank.
You're crushing my dreams right now.
No, I'm
How do
not.
you feel
I'm
doing
telling
that?
you the reality. If you want,
People are gonna be mad at you for crushing
if you
my
want to be
dreams.
rich and in movies, you have to become a producer, a network executive.
Tell that to Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep's not rich.
Meryl Streep is rich.
What's Meryl Streep worth?
Tell that to Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah's a producer.
How was I supposed to know that?
Because you got to dig in, man, and start studying your craft.
I did a 3 to 5 hour course, depending on how fast you read. It was the pilot, so it wasn't debuting yet. Like it was still, I was a test subject basically.
And this is a big star.
A big star.
How big?
Who I respect very dearly.
How big?
Very big. Like this is normal. This is him.
Yeah.
Them.
Oh.
This is that person.
As big as you get, right?
And big as big as my wingspan.
And you had
goes.
direct access to this information.
Yes. And it went over everything. It was so intriguing because now my photos are better. It went over the lighting and the sound and like what different things mean. Like if a camera shoots from up here, it's supposed to mean like, oh, this person is like smaller, like making them smaller. And if it goes down here, it's like more power because you're looking up at them. It taught me all this great stuff.
Well, imagine how much more there is to learn about movies and
would love to
TV
learn
and
more about
cameras and
movies
shooting.
and
And
cameras
you could
and
come in
shooting.
here and shoot with these guys and get us even better shots. What about the editing?
Oh, editing stresses me out. I don't know what editors are life because editors make everything happen. And I could not imagine editing. I've seen Johnny in there. This is Johnny. He's very happy to hear this. I've seen him doing the stuff and replacing the clips and all the stuff. I couldn't do that.
Okay. What does Meryl Streep make? What's she worth?
She's worth 100 million.
Ooh, 100 milli.
Is she a producer as well?
I'm sure she is. She's one of the biggest stars in the world.
Meryl Streep is an icon.
Yeah. I mean, if she was a man, she'd be worth 600 million.
It's probably true.
I'm just saying. I'm
It's
just
probably a
keeping it
good
real.
point.
I'm just keeping it real. Don't men get paid more in movies than women do?
I don't know. I don't want to come on here and say that because
I think that's
it
true.
probably is true.
I think that's true.
I think it depends on the role.
Why did you like the movie Lucy?
I liked the movie Lucy because, one, it was full of my favorite thing: action, violence, merciless killing, respectfully. And it was just this girl who was living a not so great of a life. She was like we didn't see much of her before life.
That's right.
But basically, she gets kidnapped by these dudes who put crystal meth in her stomach to transfer it to somewhere else.
Super drug.
Super drug. It's the drug. It's not drug, but it's the chemical that's given to babies when they're growing that's like super powerful to them. But it's like a lot of it. And this guy kicked her right in the stomach because she was being held hostage, and it exploded. And she became this like superhuman and unlocked all her potential, and it was great.
Yeah.
And she like knew everything. She was just so smart.
And that's how I see you. You're like a little Lucy to me.
Thank you.
Super brilliant, tremendous amounts of potential. You make me extremely happy. You're very much like a drug for me. It releases all these endorphins and excitement and happiness.
So I guess you're not really off drugs. You just went from one to another.
Yeah. No, I went to the Scarlett drug.
Exactly.
And I
It's a
highly
very
recommend
dangerous
you, by
drug,
the
too.
way. Huh?
It's a hard drug. Very
It's
dangerous.
hard to get off of. And I just want to tell you that I love you. You bring me a lot of happiness, and you bring me a lot of creativity, and you just make me think about life different.
Thank you. That was so nice. I love you too.
And you've given me unbelievable contributions. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for being you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I don't want to do this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And hey, what's the other one? No.
Oh, this one.
What is it?
It's a thing between.
What is it?
Why are you
Say it.
bullying
What
me
is
so
it? What is
aggressively?
it? Give it to me. What is it?
It's a private matter.
No, say it.
I don't want to say it.
Say it.
It's private.
I want to hear it.
It's a show reference.
Yeah, give it to
To
me.
the 100.
What is it?
One Crew.
One Crew. Thank you, Scarlett Cardone.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.